Hello everyone and welcome back to another Kaeya main Chronicles video. Yes, we're in a different place because I tried out that checkpoint thing just to check just in case to see how it works. And it brought me to here. I think this is where we're at. It's confusing though because we were up there and I think this is what we're supposed to do next. No should be different any dialogue or anything because this is where we're supposed to be going. So yeah, because we were looking for Liloupar, so I got straight into it, sorry.
Let's see.
Alright.
Should be around here
But we got
somewhere.
Jeht. We have Jeht with us. Jeht, the NPC, one of my favorite NPC of all time.
Aha! Found her!
And here's Liloupar, Jin, because we need her to help stop with the with the sandstorms that's been, like, all the other Jin has been causing.
Liloupar!
Oh, I guess Liloupar is gonna be voiced.
What a long dream that was. It's been a while, my master.
Hey, Liloupar.
Oh, and you're here too, little wildcat. The four of us back together again. Imagine that.
How have you been? I hope this wasn't a rude awakening.
In truth, it was at first. I was none too pleased when those miscreants barged in. But it did give me the chance to reunite with you, dear master, so I shall overlook their folly. After we last parted ways, I merged with the land beneath Gurabad to suppress the dark calamity stirring in the depths. It rekindled the flame of vengeance within the Jinn, depriving Gurabad of any hope of peace. I fought against it for a long, long time, until one day, I sensed a change in a foreign land to the west. Suddenly, the pitch-black abyss fell silent.
A foreign land to the west. Could she mean that land? Gurabad isn't far from there. The abyssal presence beneath this city falls silent when we defeated Gazayatoth. I forgot to say his name. Gazayatoth. Gazayatoth.
Once
same difference.
satisfied that that dark power could no longer bewitch the Jinn, I too fell into a deep slumber, from which I have only now awoken. Why have you returned to Gurabad, my master? And why is my sand-swept homeland in disarray once more?
Some stuff has been happening.
Basically, Sumeru's in danger and a lot of our friends are affected. Some bad guys messed around with Irminsul and now they've released the Jinn in here. We managed to chase off the culprits, but we have no idea how to seal this place back up and stop the sandstorms.
Child's play. I shall quell the Jinn and scatter the storms. Thank you, Liloupar. No need to thank me, my master. I have granted many wishes in my time, and this was the most trivial of them all.
The sandstorm's gone. The sun shines bright again. When I said that
I
we'd
think their
meet
voices
again
should be
under
switched.
a lovelier
Liloupar's and
sun,
Jeht's.
this was exactly how I imagined it.
Yay! Although, honestly, Paimon would love to hang out with you more, even if the weather sucked.
Come with us. Come with us for the rest of the Archon quest, please. That goes for me too.
Well, there shouldn't be any more Jinn breaking out, right? Are we okay to head back?
Yeah, let's all head to the Temple of Silence.
Sounds good. You can introduce us to your other friends.
Yes, Jet's coming with.
Another adventure begins. Lovely.
The storms have stopped. We should be able to get to the Temple of Silence without any problems now. Time to regroup.
What's the hurry?
So, this is the Temple of Silence. I've heard the Nagarjanites mention it in passing, but I never imagined it would be this big. It's colossal.
I thought the temple moved to the rainforest ages ago. When did they scamper back into the desert?
Recently.
I don't know. This plan sounds a little too risky for my liking.
Even in King Deshret's day, this was experimental technology. We have no idea what could happen if we activate it.
Well, unless you know of another viable alternative for the Akasha terminal, I'm afraid this is our only option.
The plan is sound, and the risks are manageable. However, if we are to proceed, we must act quickly. The scale of this project is enormous. Even with Kaveh, Faruzan, and every other scholar of mechanics working on it full-time, the proposed modifications won't happen overnight.
Hey, Kaveh!
You're back. Everything all right? And who are they?
Friends of yours?
Pretty much everyone in the Temple of Silence is. This guy's Kaveh, and the one next to him is Haitham.
Hello, I'm Jeht, and this is Liloupar.
Oh, a famous name from the history books.
Pleased to meet you. A friend of a friend is a friend of mine, as they say.
Who's they?
Huh? Do people not say that?
Not in the desert. Friends you can trust, but friends of friends? Gotta keep an eye on them. Still, I do trust the Traveler's judgment. I'm sure you're good people.
The sandstorms have calmed down. I take it the Gurabad problem is resolved? What did you find?
Other than my laptop trying to explode. You tell everyone what happened in Gurabad.
And after getting all smarmy with us, he trapped us there. Luckily, Jeht used the mechanism outside to free us, and then we got Liloupar to put a stop to the chaos.
Hey, she didn't introduce Ben.
Thanks for being there to help them.
So, this mystery man openly admitted that he was merely a Harbinger subordinate.
Yeah? Is there something weird about that?
They usually don't. Now that he mentions it, it is a little strange.
I assume you aren't naive enough to expect answers from an enemy. Well deduced. Our commander, Dottore, died in Nod-Krai.
He was clearly unwilling to answer our questions when we first met. So why would he admit to being Dottore's subordinate later?
Are you wondering about his true identity? Or do you think there's a big conspiracy behind all this?
I wouldn't go as far as to call it a conspiracy. Just the simple fact that having someone to shift the blame on tends to prove useful should trouble come knocking later. The most important thing for now is to solve the immediate problem. Perhaps that man knew you wouldn't have the resources to investigate his background and so didn't put much effort into disguising himself.
Yeah, he only had like a hood over his face.
This is all getting a little cryptic for me. I'll let you guys talk while I take a walk with Liloupar.
Jeht?
Jeht and Dare know each other?
Blazing beasts? What a coincidence. Didn't expect to run into you here.
Yeah, it makes sense. They would.
We're mercs. You can run into us anywhere. Who's this with you?
So, did you find the solution you were looking for in the Temple of Silence?
You bet we did. This place is incredible. It has everything. So far, we've discussed a plan and verified its feasibility. Building a new system from scratch is out of the question. So our only option is to modify the Akasha using certain resources we hope to find in the mausoleum of King Deshret.
Modify how?
According to certain sources in the Temple of Silence, there is a core device in King Deshret's mausoleum known as Aru. Little is known about this device in academic circles, which suggests it was hidden quite effectively. If these sources prove correct, the energy contained within Aru may be sufficient to power our Akasha renovation plan.
We didn't get that one popped up probably because it might have skipped the conversation now that I'm thinking about it. But it's okay. Anytime one of those things appear, I'm gonna click on it so you guys know the context because, you know, I may remember like basically everything, but it is helpful to have a little quick summarization so I don't have to think about how to say it, so.
However, this raises difficult questions regarding technological integration. The sages are still debating it.
I can tell they're going heavy over there with it.
I'm sure they'll reach a compromise once they've argued it out. The people of the rainforest are always cautious when it comes to desert technology. But times of crisis like this leave us with little choice.
Wait, Paimon has a question. Is this the same Aru we've heard of before? It's sealed off, right? Some sort of prison where the Goat King, Ibis King, and Crocodile King are locked up.
Or just meet the cat,
Well
yeah.
remembered. Yes, that's exactly right. According to our records, Aru was the most brilliant creation King Deshret ever conceived of. Built by divine and mortal artisans working together. It was a miraculous accomplishment, and it lies hidden deep within the king's mausoleum to this day. That being said, what Aru actually does and why it was built, those are deep secrets we are not privy to. Until recently, I wouldn't have been optimistic that the place even exists. The only reason I'm inclined to believe it now is because we heard it from the Ibis King Thoth himself at his temple. The tale of how the 3 retainers of Al-Akhmar were imprisoned in Aru.
Paimon totally gets that. When Paimon first heard about it, she thought it sounded pretty unbelievable too. Do you guys still remember that? The Ibis King told us they were trapped in Aru and that they had to answer 3 questions to get out.
I think I remember. What causes our rise and fall?
Kitty.
What obliterates love and hate? And what determines truth and falsehood? Those were the 3 questions, right?
Yeah. If only Nefer were here. She's dealt with the Ibis King before, so
now we
she
mention
might know
her.
more. Oh, Nefer's a friend we met in Nod-Krai.
Nod-Krai? Funny. She showed up here earlier.
Well, she is a desert dweller, so of course she'll come visit occasionally.
Yeah. Had another lady with her too. Both said they knew you.
Rama.
They contacted the sages, claiming they might be able to offer some assistance.
Really? They came here to help out?
Yes, really. It was just before you got back. One of them said she's made Nod-Krai her home. If she's the person you were talking about, then...
Oh, it could also be
Looks
Yehoda.
like betting on Aru was the right choice.
See? They're right over there.
Oh, Nicole! I was like, wait, why would Llama leave?
Nefer!
We know who Nefer
Why,
is.
hello.
We know who Nicole is, okay? We don't need that.
It's a good thing we left early. We almost got locked out.
Locked out? What do you mean?
Oh, you haven't heard? An invisible barrier has appeared around Sumeru's borders, cutting off all travel in and out. No one can leave and no one can enter. Sumeru has become a lonely island.
Are the Fatui behind this too?
Actually, no. This has nothing to do with them. I suspect it's a defense mechanism within Irminsul itself. Irminsul is the source of Teyvat's ley lines, after all, and Sumeru is the nation closest to it.
So it was gonna try protecting itself by closing it
this function
off.
Was put in place to seal the entire region off in the event of serious damage, preventing the disaster from spreading to the rest of Teyvat. It may have been implemented long ago.
Or that.
Doesn't that mean that the people here won't be able to escape to other nations if the anomaly keeps spreading?
Yes.
Currently, that does appear to be the case, which is precisely why I am here. This is a critical moment for the world, and Sumeru is the eye of the storm.
So you brought Nefer here.
Paimon's surprised you managed to convince her to come back to Sumeru.
Indeed. Even for someone of my wisdom and eloquence, this tested my skills to the limit.
You know what? She didn't want to come back. Hey, forget the visit thing.
And why should it concern me that Sumeru's in trouble? Surely you don't think I still have feelings for that place?
Judging by your tone, I suppose you don't.
Sounds like you don't know much about my past. And here I thought you knew everything.
All I know is that the Ibis King is the source of your power. He was quite a prominent moon envoy once upon a time, so I do know a thing or two about him. As for your past, I have ways to learn the full story if I wish to. But everyone has secrets they'd rather keep to themselves, wouldn't you say?
I'm glad you see it that way, Miss Nicole. I've chosen to call Nod-Krai home, which is why I did my part in its hour of need. That doesn't mean world savings become a habit with me. I have no particular desire to play hero in Sumeru, thank you.
I understand. Human emotions do not appear and disappear without cause. There is always a reason to be found behind both salvation and destruction. Still, if time has taught me anything, it's that human emotions are often complex and in conflict. That's why people change their minds about things all the time. But that's where we angels come in. Our duty, ultimately, is to guide people towards their deepest, truest desires and help bring them to fruition. So I wish to hear about your past, because I do not believe you are motivated by hatred alone. And if we still arrive at different conclusions in the end, that's okay.
I refuse.
Wait, what? But I
Wait, what?
set the atmosphere and everything. Isn't this supposed to be the moment when we finally open up to one another?
Nefer's not like that, Nicole.
Is it? Maybe I'm not so good at reading the atmosphere. You're right, Nicole. There's more to me than just hatred. Had it consumed me, I'd be left stuck in the past forever, never living in the present. But I don't think that your guidance can change my mind. The all-consuming sands, the bloodshed, both deserved and undeserved. Those old emotions cling to me like a shadow.
Do you wish to shake them off?
No. I hope to remember them forever. Those emotions and memories shaped me into the person I am today. They'll always be a part of me.
In that case, would you like to hear my perspective, at least?
Sure. It's not every day you get to hear an angel's opinion.
A long, long time ago, when the angels still walked freely upon the earth, I found life tedious. Monotonous work, lukewarm relationships. Things weren't nearly as interesting as they are now. And yet, since the angels' demise, I have found myself missing those days on more than one occasion. Human emotions are often attached to a person, a place, or an object. When those things are gone, the memories quickly fade, and the emotions slip away along with them. If Sumeru were destroyed, both rainforest and desert would be no more. With the object of your hatred wiped from existence, it would not take long for the memories buried deep in your heart to slowly fade. Both love and hate are intense emotions, but they are nothing compared to the void left behind when they disappear.
Most sophisticated, Miss Nicole. But anyone focused on the future could only ever applaud the destruction of the things they hate. Still, I'm a special case. Someone once told me that human memory is more selective than a Mora-hungry merchant choosing between customers. We all need a reality check once in a while, so we don't forget the truth. As much as I dislike Sumeru, this is no way for it to perish. All right, you win. I'll help you out a little, but I won't work for free.
How much will you need? You're not gonna milk this for all it's worth, are you?
What do you think?
I'll be upfront with you. I don't have much more on me. If that's what you need, I could borrow some from Alice. Or perhaps I could pay in sculptures. The ones I carve are actually worth quite a lot.
Just cover my travel expenses.
Huh? Is that all?
That's all. Given all the people I owe favors to, I can just about justify a trip to Sumeru. Yehoda!
Here, boss! What do you need?
Yehoda mention!
I'm going back to Sumeru for a while. While I'm away, you'll be in charge of the curatorium.
Me? I'm in charge? Whoa! Don't worry, boss. You can count on me!
And that was how the ingenious Angel Nicole brought you the perfect person for the job in your hour of need. Hip hip hooray!
That was far more detailed than necessary. Not lacking in embellishment either. I never thought I'd return. Especially not the desert. But life doesn't always go as planned, I suppose. What's Candace up to? I don't think I've seen her yet.
She is still taking care of things in our village. Should be joining us before too long. Oh, and sorry. Hope we're not interrupting anything. We have some good news, though.
Yay!
We're planning to go to the mausoleum of King Deshret to look for the legendary Aru, then use it to try and restore the Akasha system.
According to records in the Temple of Silence, the mausoleum houses something called Aru's Chute, which can be used to establish connection with Aru.
We still have some time before we leave, so there's no rush.
By the way, who are these two new faces?
This is Nefer and this is Nicole. You met them in Nod-Krai.
Nefer. I'm based in Nod-Krai. Did I hear you mention Aru?
Correct.
Well, I happen to have a connection with one of the 3 retainers imprisoned inside, the Ibis King. I'm here to get things done, so if you don't mind, I think I should come with you.
That sounds perfect.
Miss Nefer, are you from the desert by any chance?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. There's a familiar air about you. Plus, you mentioned Candace. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. It was just a random thought. I'm Dia, an eremite mercenary. My work usually keeps me out in the desert.
I'm on good terms with Dory, and she's mentioned you all before. It's nice to finally put faces to the names. However, my associate here is probably less well acquainted with you. Why don't you all introduce yourselves?
Wouldn't she know? She's an angel.
Actually, I'm a little better acquainted than you might think.
Huh?
Huh. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? It looked like you spoke without moving your mouth.
Ventriloquism. I have heard tell of it before.
It's not ventriloquism,
What is it,
Cyno.
Collei?
You're the lady in my head.
It's you! You're the voice who's been speaking in my head, aren't you? You encouraged me to report my dreams to the Dendro Archon, and got me to recite that magic prayer.
Mm-hmm. I have many titles, but let's go with the most pertinent one. I am Nicole Rain, an angel who has lived since ancient times.
An angel? Sounds like a big deal, but, what exactly is an angel?
Well, that's right. It's been disappeared from your cultures.
Well, We're a rather long-living race of beings. Not gods, technically, but we can still tell you a lot of stories from ancient history.
Yep, and she's also an amazing sculptor.
Technically, you've worked with the gods and helped like guide humans.
She's a real creative type.
That would be like the best way to describe yourselves.
Well, ma'am, if both the Traveler and Paimon give you rave reviews, you must be pretty impressive.
Oh, please don't call me ma'am. I find it so awkward when people get too formal with me. Just relax and be yourselves. No need to be nervous.
Miss Nicole, if it's okay, could I ask you a few questions?
Yes, you may. I can see your heart is filled with confusion, and you are desperate for answers. I also know which questions you want to ask me. Why did you dream of Sumeru City in disarray? Why did those verses soothe the Jinn only when recited by you? I can guide you to the truth, but it involves a personal secret of yours. I'd prefer to speak with you alone, if possible.
We're gonna ask about a personal secret. Oh, that's right. I only know from due to the manga. Because the manga that happened earlier before. And some of the Monsat cast, like Kaeya, also knows what her secret is. I keep mentioning the thing with Dotori. Even I mentioned back in first Sumeru come in there. She was the one that was experimented by Dotori, one of his experiments.
Going to speak alone. This is a lot more people than I was expecting.
Everyone's here.
What's wrong with it? Even the doctors at Dar al-Shifa allow patients to be accompanied by family members.
Cyno and Tighnari also know about it, since Cyno was the one who picked up Collei initially when to get taken out of Mondstadt to get treatment.
Well, if Collei doesn't mind her secret being revealed, I have no problem with it.
Thanks for being so considerate, Miss Nicole. I don't know what secret you mean, but whatever it is, there's no need for me to hide it from my closest friends.
And aw, Cyno's saying
Closest
family.
friends. It's so nice to hear that.
Cyno's like, that's my daughter. That's my daughter right there. We're here to support Collei through this.
Alright. In that case, I'll get right to it. Collei, are you aware that there are god remains inside your body?
Stuck in there by Dotori.
When I was young, I got sick with Elazar. Nothing could cure it. The Fatui convinced my mom and dad that they could help, and I was sent to an unfamiliar place. There were a lot of other kids just like me there. This creepy guy injected us with some strange medicine, which I heard contained god remains. I can still remember the pain like it was yesterday. But thanks to the friends who've stuck by me all this time, I've gradually been able to overcome those memories. Anyway, so you're saying that what happened to me has something to do with the god remains they injected me with?
There's a webtoon, it's a Genshin webtoon, an official one that they released onto a webtoon, since at the time that was one of the biggest, like, for transporting, like, online, like, manga and stuff like that, where it's technically Chinese manga, so it doesn't... Yeah, webtoon's mostly Korean and Chinese manga, not Japanese. Mostly those two. There is Japanese ones you can find. But it's in there and it's already set it up with Collei, so me knowing this information would all come from there. It's easy accessible to read. If any of you guys want to go and read it, just search up Genshin Impact, you'll see it. The art style's very there. It talks about, you know, Venti, it talks about, I forgot her name, but one of the first people that made the Knights Favonius, you know, first, it shows a lot of how these characters were when they were a bit younger, and it's definitely showed with the whole thing with Dotori and Collei. So Dotori was the first Harbinger technically mentioned before La Signora and all of that, because it came out a year or a few months before the game officially released, to make people a little bit recognizable with some of the characters that will appear early on. But Collei and Cyno were ones that appear much later, and so did Dotori. I assume because they wanted them in Sumeru, since they obviously, like, teased Sumeru even all the way back in the beginning.
Yes. Those were the remains of Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers.
What?
What? Oh, Liloupar, like, what do you mean?
Fascinating.
You don't seem surprised like the rest of us. Why?
The possibility crossed my mind when Collei recited the Goddess of Flowers song and calmed the djinn.
Ah! You made Paimon jump! What are you doing here, Liloupar?
I was merely passing through when I heard the name of the Goddess of Flowers. Be assured that I share your surprise. You, with the hat. Are you certain? I sense no trace of the Lord of Flowers within her.
Well, it is a very small fragment. Unless special methods are used to manifest its power, even her closest acquaintances would find it near impossible to detect. After the goddess passed away, her remains were scattered across the desert. King Deshret gathered all the pieces he could find and buried them in the eternal oasis. But some fragments remained unaccounted for. Eventually, the Fatui must have found a way to track some of them down. Presumably for use in some experiment. It's not an uncommon occurrence. You're more shaken than I thought. In one sense, you've been extraordinarily lucky. So many people who yearn for this kind of power never attain it, yet you have coexisted with her all this time without even realizing it.
I don't know what to say. I'm glad that I could help everyone with this power, really. But knowing that a fragment of the Goddess of Flowers is inside my body is... it's a strange feeling.
Well, people value their autonomy very highly. Even a well-intentioned intruder can shake one's sense of self.
I understand how you feel, Collei. But once you get used to it, you'll find it's nothing to be concerned about.
Yeah, you know.
I guess you, of all people, have a good reason to speak on this.
2 good reasons, in fact.
Hermanubis.
Incidentally, 3 is the maximum number of Hermanubis' Ba fragments that I could bear.
Here's Hermanubis.
Let me guess. Because 2's company but 3's a crowd?
Thanks for helping to explain the joke, Tighnari.
Not my intention.
Just like, I didn't mean that.
Preserve me. I should take my leave. This boy in his wolf's head hat speaks much too differently from the Hermanubis I remember.
Collei,
part's like, I don't want to be here
say
anymore.
Is, no matter how many Hermanubis fragments there are within me, you wouldn't think of me as Hermanubis. In the same way, you are simply you.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So about that dream I had, was it a warning from the Goddess of Flowers?
Yes. Just like me, she was an angel created by the primordial humans, born with the instinct to guide living beings. Though her body and soul have perished, her essence retains its natural instincts. Even her smallest remaining fragments would do their utmost to send you that warning. The Mother of Dreams? Lord of Flowers and Oases? She must have had a premonition. That is why she gave that dream to you.
We won't let our efforts go to waste. But I still don't understand. Why me?
You have a fragment in you.
Yes. Why indeed? You weren't the only one injected with god remains.
Probably
but
because you have a
only in
vision.
you have her fragments persisted. I suspect it may be because of the firm will you showed in the face of suffering. She was likely assimilated by that will. Of course, this doesn't mean you have to shoulder any extra responsibility. As this young man said, you are who you are, and that will not change. All right, any further questions from the family members of the patient? If not, we should head to the mausoleum of King Deshret.
Let's move out. Time to put our plan into action.
We all hope it'll work. But will we really be able to open Aru? And even if all 7 pillars of King Deshret agree to let us proceed, the scale of the work to follow is daunting, to say the least.
Haven't you handled other big projects before?
I mean, the biggest project I've worked on to date is probably the Palace of Alcazarzaray, I guess? But this is orders of magnitude beyond that. It's a total nightmare.
Look on the bright side. At least this time you're actually here when Sumeru needs you most. You won't have to come asking me for details after the fact.
Mock me all you want. But now that I'm here, things will be resolved far more quickly and smoothly than last time.
Kaveh's self-doubt disappeared in an instant. Like magic.
Well, this confidence is most gladdening. Now, go and pack your things. We'll head to the mausoleum as soon as you're ready.
Let's see if there's some characters around that we can talk to first before we leave. Since Farazan is here and we haven't spoken to her yet.
Oh, Miss Nicole. I heard you're a very talented sculptor. Is that true?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't want to blow my own trumpet.
Honestly, even though Kasharawar is best known for its focus on mechanics, plenty of Kasharawar scholars are quite serious about sculpting as a hobby. So if they rate your work, that's enough for us. We just have to take a look.
Who's we?
Myself and a few other scholars. Kashif, Daneshvar, come take a look.
Oh, well, if you insist, I suppose there's no harm in showing you.
Whoa! Where did that come from?
It's a squirrel!
Look at the level of detail. It's so lifelike. The squirrel descends from the heavens like a champion, and the earth trembles beneath its feet. What do you think? Striking, isn't it?
Kaveh? Kaveh, come here for a sec. Oh, and Madame Farazan, didn't you used to study in our darshan? Come take a look.
Didn't you just study your darshan? It's been 500
hang
years.
On a moment. I have to finish reviewing this proposal first.
You called? What is it, youngster?
Hey, Farazan.
This squirrel statue. Isn't it cute?
Oh, a squirrel. I wouldn't say cute per se. The realism is what stands out to me. Were you trying to carve a statue of a hero, young lady?
Oh, a hero? I suppose so. Actually, I didn't really have a specific theme in mind. I just started working on it, and this is how it turned out.
I see. Well, do you tend to read novels about heroes in your spare time?
As a matter of fact, I do quite enjoy those. Everyone loves a good tale of daring do, right?
Then perhaps this statue represents the heroic tale you long to see deep down inside. Also on the subject of heroism, I feel that if the subject posed with a finger raised towards the heavens, it would lend a greater gravitas to the overall image. I'm sure some would call it cliché or old-fashioned, but not me. I think it would be a perfect fit. It has a certain classical beauty about it. Kaveh! Kaveh!
Sorry, Madame Farazan, I'm a little busy right now. Don't wait up for me.
What a pity. That young man has excellent aesthetic tastes. I was hoping to ask him for his opinion.
What a genius idea! Why didn't I think of that? Classical beauty is a great direction to explore. That's it. Once I get back, I'm going to sculpt a heroic squirrel pointing its finger towards the sky.
Precisely. A declaration of victory. You understand my vision. Then place the two statues face to face.
Yes! That's exactly what I was thinking.
It'll be a masterpiece. Miss... I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
Just call me Nicole. Madam Faruzan? Was it?
What? Oh, no. That wouldn't be right.
You're technically older than
Whatever
her.
not. Madam is a state of mind cultivated from within. Anyone may call me Madam if they so desire. My dear Miss Nicole, once we make it through these trying times, should we have the pleasure of meeting again, I shall look forward to seeing your new work. In this day of age, it's rare to find people with an appreciation for classical aesthetics. Meeting you was truly a pleasant surprise.
Honestly, I feel the same way. It's been a long time since I met anyone interested in this style of statue. Clearly, they don't call you Madam for nothing. Also, I have to say, you're a very good judge of character. Because when I think about it, I really am someone who likes stories about heroes. That must be why I've quietly kept watch over generation after generation of them.
Sorry, keeping watch over heroes? What exactly do you do for a living?
I'm an angel.
Oh, never mind that.
Let's not tell Madame Faruzan about Miss Nicole's true identity for now.
Good idea. Let's limit the conversation to aesthetics.
Since Madame Farzan probably comes back from said time where there was still mentions of angels, that might make her a little bit, oh my god. Oh, can't talk to Kaveh, he's too busy. Are Nicole and Farzan having a new conversation? No, they're having a new conversation.
Let's not tell Madame Faruzan.
Good idea. Let's limit the...
Okay. Tighnari and Cyno are talking right here.
What's wrong? You look a little depressed.
Collei got a fragment of the goddess of flowers, and all I got was one of the 7 pillars who served under King Deshret. I lost out, didn't I?
Really, Cyno?
That's what you're upset about? You're such a child.
Hey, Layla.
Oh, so many books. More than I could ever read in my life. But I've learned a lot that the textbooks could never teach me. I never realized that people in the distant past thought about some of the same questions we ponder today.
I'm gonna go around and talk to everyone because
Thanks again for your notes.
we might not have downtime
copying
until
them,
like
so here
much
you go.
later, so.
You're welcome. Just let Paimon know if you ever need help again.
And we should have Haitham around here. Oh, Kaveh, we're back. Where's Haitham? He might not be here, because there's Haitham, Kaeya, and Nefer we haven't talked to. But they might have been in that room that I just flew myself out of, and I might activate the next part of the story if I go too close. But it's nice to see that they have actual interactions sprinkled around here. And, you know, some like nice little downtime. Oh, there they are.
Good to finally meet you in the flesh. It's a little surreal seeing you here after exchanging letters for so long. In my head, the boss of the Curatorium of Secrets didn't look so young.
Sounds like you have some history then?
Any budding mercenary group needs a steady supply of intel. They, in turn, can prove an exceptional source of the same.
They all know each other!
The Curatorium of Secrets is happy to cooperate with friends from all over the world. If you're interested, You'd be very welcome to join our network too, Miss Dia.
Can't say no to a solid partnership, especially out here in the desert. Having intel can mean the difference between life and death. But cooperation's built on mutual trust, and there isn't much contact between the desert and Nod-Krai. So I'm guessing you reached out to Jeht first, Miss Nefer? What's behind your interest in the desert? Nostalgia? Or is there someone you're looking to take care of? Let's put all our cards on the table first. Things will go more smoothly that way.
I like your style, Flame Mane. Actually, I had this same discussion with Jeht before we started working together. To be clear, I have no intention of using you for any ulterior motives, and I have no enemies in the desert as things stand now. Were that to change, I wouldn't drag outsiders into a conflict that doesn't concern them. There's no point in doing certain things if you don't do them yourself. Wouldn't you agree?
Well said. Taking responsibility for one's own affairs is the way of the desert folk. Huh. It's like you're one of us.
You sure that's a compliment?
Absolutely.
I'll take it. Perhaps we can discuss our cooperation in more detail now?
Sure. I love working with no-nonsense people. And you certainly fit that description. I look forward to a fruitful partnership.
As do I, my friends.
Yep, no sign of Haitham, so I'm just gonna get back up. So I was gonna think of starting the next part, but you know what? It'd be great now because I just realized there's downtime, so we could actually end it right here. I hope you guys are enjoying the Archon quest, because I certainly am. Seeing a bunch of characters meet with each other, talk with each other in different interactions certainly is fun. Always love when Kaveh and Haitham are on screen. Kaveh is like my favorite person in Sumeru, so that makes sense. He's my favorite character. Anyways, I hope to see you guys in the next video, where we'll pick up and go to the Great Mausoleum and try to get into Aru. I'll see you then. Bye bye!
Come on, let's